Hey everybody! In this video I wanted to talk to you guys about Craftaid's. I'm going to show you kind of the stack of Craftaid's that I have. These are the image sheets because the Craftaid's themselves look like this. So it's this one you can kind of see a little better, but you can really see much better on here what they look like, the designs that they make. There's that one. I've got one of the Celtic Knot ones. Got another Celtic Knot one. These Craftaids are just grids, which are perfect. Or like sometimes you just need grids. So I actually have two of those, like three kind of smaller ones and two much larger ones. But then today I got two new Craftaids. One with some derpadiddles, which I love, and one with some different kinds of lilies. So I'm really excited to potentially to use these, hopefully in videos with y'all. But the thing I was most excited about was getting to show you guys this steampunk Craftaid. I've used it a lot in a lot of my polymer clay tutorials. Like, sorry Sam, I still haven't mailed this yet. We will be mailing Monday in like a huge batch, all of our orders and stuff. But this was March 2017's first giveaway prize. And so you'll notice the same corner motif here is this corner motif from the Tandy Leather Craftaid. Now the problem is though, is that these have been discontinued. So you can no longer order them from Tandy Leather. And so I bought the store that I teach at I bought the entire stock that they had left. And I'm going to be putting them up on eBay. That way, for those of y'all who might not have a Tandy Leather in your area that you can get to conveniently, you can just order from us. So we have 10 of them, not including the one that I already had that I keep for myself. But they are so cool, you guys. I love these things for not just polymer clay, but like check out this bracelet that I made. This was what I taught in my class today with the use of the Craftaid. Like, and part of me feels like whenever I'm using a Craftaid, it's like, yeah, but anybody else who has a Craftaid could just make this same thing. And it's like, well, yes, that's true, but at the same time, sometimes you just want a gear and you don't want to have to draw 50 gears. So it's a really nice tool to just throw in a little touch of it helps the piece be more complex because you are still cutting and tooling it, but it's a little less labor intensive and complicated to do, especially as a beginner, or if you're making stuff for sale out of your booth and you want the bracers to match. They work out really well. So I wanted to show you guys right quick how these work. So I guess I'll put my bracelet back on. And if I remember to, you guys, I'm going to put a link down in the video description to the eBay listing that we'll have up. They're not going to be auction style. We're just going to have them up, and whenever they're sold out, they're sold out. But I did want to make these available to you guys, especially for the polymer clay purposes, because I use these more for polymer clay than I do for leather. So let's see. Here we have, can you see what's going on? Oh, coffee. A little spritz bottle of water, just plain straight water, and just some scrap leather. I'm going to lightly wet the leather. You can see how that's kind of soaking in the water. That's a good level of casing because you don't want it muddy. Muddy is if you get it so wet and then you indent it with your nail and it just like smooshes. Like leather can, really good leathers can almost become clay-like whenever they're wet. So I'm just going to use the Celtic Knot one real quick. that you can see it kind of has this texture on it that's poking, like protruding out from the rest of the page. So you would take it and lay it centered up. I love that they're translucent because you can see where the design is going to go on the piece. And you can be very selective too about which parts of the Craftaid you want to use. And then I have, this is a modeling spoon. I think that's what they're called. But like, this is a tool that I think I got at Tandy Leather. Or it may have been a clay sculpting school. In any case, you can use like a regular spoon too. But it has this nice, smooth, rounded side. And then a stylus point on the other end. But I'm just going to come through and firmly rub the whole pattern here on this one. And what this is doing is it's imprinting into the lightly cased leather this design. And so you could then come through with your swivel knife and cut into the leather, and proceed to tool it the way that you normally would for any other kind of leather pieces. So I think that's real. I mean, imagine how long that would have taken to hand draw. You know, just like ages probably. Okay. My swivel knife's still in my teaching box. And they have all different types of swivel knife blades and things that you can use. I'm a big fan of the ergonomic handle with just this big tip. And then I come through and I have a little stropper here. I'll see if I can't get video of it. But you can see right here on the end of this tool rack that Randy made me is a piece of leather that's been impregnated with jeweler's rouge. Like, it's a polishing medium that's really fine grit that I just take my blade and just run it along the same way you would like stropping a like a Sweeney Todd style like razor edge to keep it nice and sharp for like shaving and stuff. But do that same thing with the swivel knife. And then, I guess, can you see? I'm going to bring this down. Now you can see what's going on. So we have that little bit of detailing that's still in there, you see? And then you would just come in and cut. Right along the lines. And whenever I'm cutting, you don't necessarily need to come all the way into where these lines intersect each other. Like I almost give myself like a millimeter of space. In between, I'm not even, maybe, I'm just a hair, but it's just enough. That way, whenever you come back through, you're not having to worry so much about lines intersecting and biting into each other. And it'll end up giving you a much cleaner Celtic knot work or tooling whenever it's all said and done. And so to do this piece, we would go all the way through and cut all of that design out. Since this is just a little scrap piece, I'm not going to go through and do that on the whole thing, but I am going to show you real quick. You can take something called a Bevel Er, which you can see this one is textured. I also have some bevelers that just have lines, as well as smooth bevelers. And then I also have much larger bevelers. So I didn't mean to go off camera there. So you can really see there's a lot to choose from. So this one is probably my favorite for smaller knot work like this. And then you would just use a rubber or rawhide mallet. I prefer my rawhide one, but it's off in the box. And then you would just line up the edge of your tool tip with the line. And it's called walking it. Sorry for the loud hammering. But do you see how that kind of came through and textured down and tooled along that line? I mean, it's very like, it doesn't seem like much, but it really makes a huge difference. And like, check it out on here. This is the difference between beveled and not beveled whenever I went through with the antique gel. So it adds a whole lot of depth and dimension, and whenever you feel it, you can feel that kind of carved and embossed texturing that is just so tactile and nice. So there you go, guys. That's a quick little introduction to Craftaid's and how you can use them for leatherworking. For polymer clay, same concept. You lay the Craftaid down on, say my hand is the clay, you lay it down on the clay, and then you would just rub it with your finger, because you don't have to press the way that you would with leather because it's polymer clay, you know, it's nice and soft. And then sometimes, like on this one, I went through with my craft knife and just carved out a bunch of the different gears and did a couple of layers. Or you can go through and use like a modeling tool or some ballpoint styluses and kind of shape and contour and carve in relief into that impression that you just made with the assistance of the Craftaid. And you can get some really cool effects. Like, that's why I got some of those floral prints, was so I could do some like fairy garden journal covers that I thought would like really help carve down on the time of drawing derpadiddles and lilies and stuff. So I wanted to thank you guys for watching this video, and if you want to get your hands on your very own steampunk Craftaid, and they're probably gonna go quick, check out the link, will be down in the video description. And also, if you enjoy my work and would like to support more free tutorial videos like this and the other ones that we have here on the channel, as well as participate in my bi-monthly Fairy House giveaway, please consider becoming a $1 patron on Patreon. Again, links are down in the video description. But if you pledge just $1, it puts your name in the hat for both giveaways in the month, each month. And if you pledge $5, it puts your name in both giveaway hats 5 times. So that's really increasing your odds and chances of winning. And all of the proceeds from Patreon go towards the production of more of these free tutorials, as well as our artisan education efforts, both online and in person at conventions and different things where I teach hands-on workshops. And those workshops are free for the people who attend them. All the tools and materials are provided. In that way, we can teach these skills to basically anyone who's interested in learning. And that's, I really feel like I wish that was around when I was learning how to do this stuff, because with a lot of stuff, like especially like leatherworking, it can be kind of expensive building up the tools and everything. And so if you don't already know that, yeah, I like leather, I think I can get better at it, like I want to do this, then it's like, do I spend the money? I don't know. And so this way I can help you get your feet wet, I can help you get your hands dirty, and we can learn just as much as we can about crafting together. So thanks you guys so much for watching, and all of your support and encouragement and daily inspiration. Like, oh my gosh, I never even thought, whenever we started doing YouTube videos, I say we because it's me and the mysterious Randy doing the videos, how much I would learn from y'all, like just in the commenting and being like, well, hey, well, what if you did this differently? Like, y'all have a completely new and different perspective on things that I've been doing for years. That's really helped me grow as an artist, and I'm like really addicted to that. So it's like, yeah, let's brainstorm, let's craft together. So thank you for that. Yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and happy crafting. Bye, everybody.